Alright folks, Chef Pep here again. So now this is going to be the part 2 of my filleting the boneless pieces of haddock from Maine. What we're going to do now is we're going to portion it. There's no need to take the pin bones out because you can check my other video, check onto the link down below to see how I actually filleted this and rendered it boneless right off of the frame, right off of the main frame without having to make any V cuts or anything like that, leaving the belly on. So now, because this is such a beautiful fish, this is about a 3-pound fillet, and there's different parts that you use for different things. If you wanted to bake your fish, you want to use the thickest part of the fillet. You want to use what we call the dorsal loin, which is this thick part, which I also told you was like a captain's cut. That is something that we can use to actually bake. Or if you want to broil it, you can use this midsection because it's the second thickest part. And if you want to fry it for fish and chips, the tail part's really good for frying because it's thin, it breads really nice, and it fries and curls up really nice. If you want to make a fish sandwich, you want to use center cuts. Center cuts are really good for fish sandwiches, but if you're doing anything in the oven, baking it, broiling it, it's always best to use the thicker parts. Now what I like to do is I like to actually cut the belly part. This is my favorite part right here. I'd rather eat this than any other part. A lot of people discard that, but that's a beautiful piece to fry right there. So there's no need to just discard it. And so what we want to do is we want to take this captain's cut, this top loin, that's about a good pound right there, and we want to use that for baking or broiling. And now any of these cuts, the center cut, the actual center cut starts right here from this part of the tail up. That's a beautiful, that's probably about 14 ounces right here. And that's a beautiful center cut. So you've got your center cut that you can either take the center cut and you can split it right down the middle so that you can have two beautiful fish sandwich pieces, or you can keep it whole and you can broil this, because broiling you don't want as thick as baking because it's going to take less cooking time. But this is the tail part. This is my favorite part. There's a little blood on here. That's from when they bring the fish up onto the boat and it starts to flutter around. The tail part gets bruised up and it bleeds a little bit internally, but there's no problem with it. That's still, you can either cut that away and just use that for chowder, and then you'll still have a beautiful end piece. And this end piece is perfect for a fish sandwich. These two pieces right here are beautiful for fish sandwiches. And fish sandwiches, no one makes them like we make them in Maine. So I'm going to do the same thing on this piece. I'm going to cut that belly piece off because that's one of my favorite parts. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to loin that for captain's cut. I'm going to make another centerpiece cut, which you can see is about 14 to 16 ounces. This one I'm going to make a little bit bigger because I've got a special plan for this one. This one's going to be broiled. And so I'm going to use that, and this can go into my fry also. And anything that you want to do, you can either cut it vertically or horizontally. It doesn't matter. It depends on what you need it for or what you want to use it for. But the choice is yours. But if you're going to use anything, any part of the fillet to do in the oven, you always want to have a little thicker than when you want to fry it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I'm going to be doing another video real soon on mollusks. I'm going to show you how to shuck an oyster properly. And then I'm also going to show you how to shuck clams properly. Alright, so have fun guys, and I'll see you next time.